Can we rob an entire train without being reported or alerting the law? Let's find out.
That's my boy.
I'm gonna end you!
Son of a bitch. Hold up. Easy. Eat, boys. Good boy. Now, now. Bastard. Move. I'll enjoy killing you. Go, go. Whoa, boys, all right. Ah.
Shoot him! Son of a bitch! We got a pine box. You're done. It's over for you. Move in on him.
You're gonna die here. Untie me, you bastard! Shoot him!
We got a pine box for you, boy. You're in a
Holy
situation here.
Jesus!
We got a pine box for you, boy. Please, this is foolish. Damn you to hell.
Shoot him!
We got a pine box for you, boy. We got a pine box for you, boy. What in the name of Christ? We got a pine box for you, boy.
Go to hell!
It's over for you. What? We got a pine box for you, boy. We got a pine box for you, boy. We got a pine box for you, boy. You don't know what you got yourself into. ain't gonna miss. Ah!
Son of a bitch!
You're in a situation here.
Just isn't your day, is it? Go to hell!
Oh my God. What happened?
You're done.
All right, it's yours. God damn.
Son of a bitch!
Here, this is all I'm allowed to carry.
Shoot.
Go to hell!
Take it. Just take it.
Give
me
strength.
strength.
Stop it! You can have the money.
Please, just take it and leave.
Lord have
done.
mercy.
Son of a bitch!
What in all creation is this?
Just take it, goddamn you!
I ain't gonna miss.
Oh, heck, this is all I can give you.
You don't know what you got yourself into.
Here, take it.
Dang it. We got a pine box for you, boy.
Yeah, just take it. Dang it.
You're done.
What the hell is this?
Okay,
Go
okay,
ahead.
take it.
Oh, Lord.
Here it is. Here it is. It's all here.
I have this. Just take it. Okay, here. Darn it. What in the name of all
Sure,
that's
sure.
holy
I don't want
happened
any
here?
trouble, okay?
For the love of God!
Fine. Just take it.
Damn it. Look, take this. I've got nothing else.
Yeah, just take
God
it!
damn. All right, it's yours. Lord have mercy.